Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna be my first to say this, DJ. So
You heard it here
like I said,
first.
I love you like a play cousin. On the other side of the tracks, I am a WNBA national voter, and let me just say this: I have been thoroughly impressed with Alicia Gray
Yeah.
and that Atlanta Dream team. Period. Between BG, Brianna Jones,
Hmm.
Ryan Howard, I love that coach. I love what they've been able to instill. See, they're instilling culture over there. That's what I'm talking about. They're starting to have a culture, and I think Phoenix is gonna make a big push. I think
Yeah.
Nate Tibbetts. Let me explain something to y'all. Everybody thought when the departure of Diana Taurasi and BG left, they thought, oh man, this team gonna be a lottery team, maybe hang around the bottom of a barrel. No, 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 no. When they got Alyssa Thomas, when they got Satu, and now that Kai's back,
Hmm.
let me. But the props goes to not only again DJ drafting
Yeah.
again, but also the Phoenix Mercury scouting team with those Euro players that they have
I
on
don't
there.
know none of
They
them girls. Okay.
listen. I had to go. I had to go watch some tape on them. I'm like, wait, where did they come from? What portal
Agreed.
did you drag them from? Are we going? Are we in the uni? You know what I'm saying? In the MCU? Are we in the universe?
What
I
is
mean,
happening? Yeah.
what portal did you drag these ladies from? Because man, they out there playing like a collective unit,
Yes, they are.
and that's what you. And that's why they have the success that they have now, and I hope they continue that because I think they are playing extremely hard. They're playing extremely well, but they're playing disciplined, and they
Agreed.
will run through a wall for Nate Tibbetts. Let me tell you something. I've been down there. They will run through hellfire and brimstone for that man
Uh-huh.
because that's how much he believes in them. But he makes sure he puts them in prime positions to excel.
Agreed.
That's a coach,
Yeah. I,
and
I, I
he will
think
save them from themselves
I
at
think the
times.
Mercury, like you said, that was a team that surprised me the most. I mean, because with
Really?
Satu and AT, that was already I didn't think they were going to be at the bottom, but I didn't think they were going to have the impact that they have already because I was so unfamiliar with the bench, because I was so unfamiliar with the other people that they draft. Like I'm not kidding. I'm not saying I don't even pretend to be like a person who knows everything about international players and all these, but I'm running my mouth constantly about basketball, and these girls came and just surprised me. I mean, watching them play in person was super, super impressive, especially because they all share the ball. They don't have no like superstar complex. There's not even a lot of people on the roster on paper for you to think that team is going to be as good as it is. So shouts out to the Mercury and
Oh,
the Valkyrie for being just
and
like two teams to just come out
yeah.
swinging first.
And I said my co-host brought up a great point, Lauren Jones. She said,
Mm.
you know, Minnesota,
Yeah.
because with Minnesota, they didn't have a lot of interchangeable pieces. They may
Yeah.
have picked up a piece or two there, but they kept
The core.
most of their roster intact.
Yep.
And that's why they've been successful the way they've been successful, even without unfortunately being without the services of Nafisa Collier.
Yep.
They were able to still bring it to the forefront, and that is a talented roster. And
Yeah.
they have a great coach.
Yeah. Sure.
Cheryl Reeves
Reeves.
is
Come
a
on, man.
great coach.
She is one of the
She is
like Olympic
she's one of one.
level men and women. I mean, she can scout, she can coach. I mean, like you said, her
But she
execution
has a
on
great
game day,
scouting department.
she does.
She has a great scouting department, and that's key.
Yeah,
They have a great organization.
yeah,
And yes, they're part of that Timberwolves, tree, but they have a great organization and
yeah.
they know what they're doing. They know how to get stuff done. Courtney Williams, that to me, that signing a couple of years back,
Crazy
man,
signing.
was that a blessing in disguise for the Minnesota
And
Lynx?
then even
I think
Heidemann.
so.
Them ending up with Heidemann somehow out of that whole Connecticut trade. I'm like, how the hell they get Heidemann?
Oh,
Yeah.
what's and they have another player, by the way, number 21.
You talking about
You
Caleb
familiar with her?
McBride?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
I think
came in.
LA's been pretty familiar with her. I
Yeah,
just want to make sure you remember.
I
Okay.
know. I
I
remember.
mean,
I remember.
so Lawrence said, "Hey man, I don't know if you can stop that train, so to speak."
No, no, no. I
And I
still
said, "Man, I can't disagree with you."
and right now the trajectory of the finals is exactly what the finals was last year. I mean, it's just the Lynx versus the Liberty again.
I
Looking at the
don't know.
I'm not saying I'm
I
looking at the
don't
numbers.
know.
One and two. One and two, right? So if you take that same
I don't
matchup,
know. I got a different finals prediction.
Okay, listen, I'm just saying, looking at it right now. But if you were to take those two that's on top right now, I would say that Minnesota is going to win this year over
Oh,
New York.
Minnesota, they got a chip on their shoulder the size of Frito Lay.
I mean,
They not
Cheryl
playing.
specifically.
They not
Cheryl
playing.
specifically.
They're not
So
playing. But I mean, I call my finals, and I think it could happen. It could be Fever against the Lynx.
Fever Links.
And by the way, DJ, it's 7 games this year.
I know. I'm glad it's 7 games this year. We didn't need the
Who
5. We
who
need 7.
who's gonna watch 7 games if a certain person ain't playing? Just saying.
Oh, you said, okay, listen, Nick, you heard it here
Just saying.
first. That's the script. The WNBA done
Just
already
saying.
released the script. That's gonna be
No,
the
ain't
name of
no
this
script.
episode.
No, no, no,
The
no, no,
script.
no. I'm just no, ain't no script. No, no, ain't no script. I'm just simply saying for market value, for eyeball watching.
I'm with you. I think
Like
it's,
if I'm
you know, I
going to
love a
watch
story.
7 games, I want to see Caitlin Clark.
Shooting from the logo
Right?
like Steph.
I love Nafisa Collier. She's my MVP
Yeah.
so far. MVP is what I call her.
Mm-hmm.
She's my MVP. But I'm saying if I'm the average hit and miss type fan, if I'm gonna sit there and watch 7 games of a potential series, I want to see Caitlin Clark in that series.
And it's gonna be on
That's all I'm
ABC,
saying.
ESPN. I
Right.
agree.
I mean, there's no script. I mean, anything can happen. There's no guarantee that Caitlin Clark and the Fever are gonna make. Even though that team is loaded, there's no guarantee she's gonna make it. Hell, there's no guarantee the New York Liberty will make it.
Facts, because if with the
You know
WNBA,
what I
once
mean?
somebody get hurt, you fall so
What-
fast in this
Hey
damn league.
man, what if Phoenix? What if we get Phoenix and the Lynx?
That would be
What if we
crazy.
get Phoenix and the Lynx?
That would be crazy.
That'd be great.
I agree.
That'd be great for the game, but overall, ratings wise,
Shit.
that's what I look
Okay,
at.
so let me play devil's advocate a little bit. For the same reason that you saying, the only reason you said Lynx is because they West. Okay. Because I'm like, damn, Fever
Lynx
versus,
ain't really West though.
I know they ain't really West, but you know how the WNBA is. But what I'm saying is if they get Sabrina Ionescu versus Kaylin, couldn't happen because they on two different sides of the bracket. But
You can't. Yeah, I mean, it could now because there's no there's really no real definitive East West thing. Like it's
yeah, but
about
it's
seeding.
it's a low likelihood that it'll happen.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think, like I said, anything can happen. But if I'm the watcher, like who wouldn't want to see Caitlin Clark for 7 games?
No, I agree. I think you're right. And
Right?
I think you're most right.
We talking about it. Like the mainstream media is talking about it. Yo, that's giving eyeballs to the game.
Yeah.
You know how much more money they could get now for next year?
This will rival
Man,
the 7 games in that just happened in the NBA. The viewership will probably be the same.
listen. Yeah. But here's the thing. We're talking about a star who is on the rise to becoming a superstar,
Yep.
right? And again, Nafisa Collier, she is absolute flat out good as advertised.
Yep.
And I would love to see her win a ring. I
Me
would
too.
love to see Nafisa Collier win a ring.
Yeah.
I think she's played hard, she's earned it, she's put in the work.
She's gotten better year after year.
Yeah.
I agree. After
My
having a
only
baby,
concern is how long we gonna have Nafisa Collier with that back injury.
I think she
Because
got.
it kind of
If she
reminds
don't
me of
win
Larry
this year,
Bird.
if she don't win this year, it's gonna be hard for her to battle back again next year.
And that's what I'm saying. It reminds me of the Larry Bird situation. When Larry
Yep.
started having real back issues, he wasn't the same Larry Bird. He battled through it. I give him a lot of credit, but he battled through it. And I'm concerned. That's the only thing that concerns me. That's why I'm like, the clock is ticking for Nafisa. She got to at least get one because
Yeah.
she's too good not to get one.
Not to get one. Yeah.
Should have had one already. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But
They lost by one play.
They got an opportunity to go after it again. And she's got a great squad around her. She's got a great coach in Cheryl Reeve, as I said. Great organization. And I think they can do it. But I mean, again, there's some teams out there listen, they're gonna try to get a stripe off of her like Adidas.
Yeah.
And
the Indiana Fever is well, hey,
they right there.
Nick,
they figure it out. Woo.
I'm glad you brought this up, and I'm so glad you took some time to chat here today. So thanks so much, Nick Hamilton, for just talking WNBA, but also, giving us a little bit of your finals predictions and bringing up a possible Game 7 with a Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever is like the icing on the cake to finish the episode. So before we get out, Nick, let the fans know one more time where they can find you on the internet.
Well, you can find me. First of all, I love the W. I've been loving the W for 16 years and counting. So I'm always advocate for the W, no matter what. You can find me at the Hardwood 94, which is our show with myself and Lauren Jones, Lojo. We do this. We get together once a week, Thursdays, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on YouTube at youtube.com/at Nitecast Media TV. You can also find me at the NH Experience on Instagram as well as on the Twitter, XYZ, whatever you call it now, at Nick Hamilton 213. And also follow us at Nightcast Media on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. That's NITECASTMEDIA.
All right, y'all. If
Shucks.
you are listening in audio, that is going to be in the description. If you on video, same thing, but I'm going to put it on the screen as well. Thank you so much, Nick. I've had a good time here running my mouth about the W with you. And for everybody who's listening, I go by the name of DJ Tricey Trice. You already know me, and I say posted up right here, running my mouth about sports. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode, and I will check you out on the next one.